Hi, I'm Lynn Bridgeford from the Aetherbios Clinic and Aetherbios Yoga, and today in our quick and easy series on workouts we're going to be looking at a HIIT exercise for the tummy. So that's periods of high intensity exercise followed by low intensity to tease the heart rate up and down and to encourage fat loss. There may be some jumping, you don't need to jump, just do what works for you. And join me in a minute. Starting standing with the knees bent, we'll end up sitting down, lengthening the tailbone, and we're just going to connect with the abs first, with the tummy muscles. So we're going to lengthen in the spine and curl and release. And to get the transverse abs, we lift up and curl to the other side. Just get a feeling of the muscles first before we go more intense. We're starting with a little bit of low intensity, so one side and then the other. Give it a little shake out. You felt where the muscles are. We're going to go a little more intense, so we're going to go faster. So as long as you've got the control, and we're contracting in those abs, lengthening in the tailbone, lifting and curling in the chest in an open way. So keep that movement going, and a little faster if you can without losing control. Get the speed going, get the intensity going, and most of all, work with those straight abdominal muscles. We're going to do about 20 seconds, and then we're going to slow down and still do the contraction. We're doing the same movement, a little slower, a little less intense. Give it a rest, tease the heart rate, and focus more on the specific muscles. Then we're going to go the transverse, so lift up and curl. Make sure you've got a good alignment. Find the pace that works for you. We're contracting in this muscle, lifting over to the side. A little faster if you can. Make sure your back's fine. And then we're going to go slower again and get more. The benefit of going slower as well, you get a real good focus on the muscle. It's a little easier to lose control when you go faster. And then we go into the other side, a bit more intense, so set it up and then get the movement going, contracting over that side, going a little faster as it works for you. We're always tucking the tailbone in as well to get the contraction from the upper and the lower. And then we go slowly again. Feel that movement of the abs with your hands and shake it all out. Bringing the arms in to focus on the upper part of the abs a bit more so we get that feeling, and then we're going faster. So curling around, contracting those abs, bringing the arms down to help you focus on the upper part of the abs. Keeping the spine long as it curls around. Using the arms gives a little bit more intensity as well with the speed, gets that heart rate going nicely. That's what we want, is a good heart rate going while we work the muscles safely. And then slowly feel the muscles contract and bring the arms down. And then we're going to go to the transverse, so twist over the one leg and get them going nicely and intensely. So the same movement as we did before. We're just bringing the arms in to give that extra intensity into working with a higher heart rate in these muscles, and then slowing down. Transverse, you should start to feel the muscles as they work, and these will be good for supporting your back. Good core is crucial to support your back. And the other side, so we set it up and then we go for the intensity, bringing the arms down to focus on the upper part of the abs, and bring some extra weight into the exercise to bring in that good fat burning, keeping the focus on a safe position in your spine. And then slowly, for a less intense period, still doing the same movement, focusing on that transverse abs. Focusing more on the lower abs, bringing the leg up, just keeping the body straight. So we're going to go a little faster for intensity. If you want to jump it, you can, although I think you get a better contraction without jumping. So if you're super fit and want to jump and you've already got a strong core, then go ahead and jump. And then nice and slow, up and down, contracting, bringing the lower leg up, bringing the focus on those lower abdominals. Twisting to go on the transverse abdominals. So we're twisting around, bringing the foot down to the knee. This one we can jump, or just go at a good pace, getting that contraction in the transverse abs, and then nice and slowly focus on the muscle. We're getting the upper on one side and the lower on the other, and the other side, and go faster if you can. Jump if you want to. Make sure you got that contraction, or just go at a good pace to give the intensity in the heart rate and burn that fat. And then we go slow, bringing the arm down, the elbow down to the knee. Getting a lift of the leg up. Don't worry how far you can go. Just aim on taking the hand towards the foot. Again, you can jump it if you want to. If it's nice for your knees, take care of your knees. We can get a good intensity without jumping. Just do what works for you. Working those abs, working the tummy, and then nice and slowly you can take it lower or higher, with or without the arms. And the other side. Remember, the focus is on what we're doing with the abs, not necessarily how high the leg goes. It could go lower. You could have your hands on your hips. We want the control in the core while we work the abs. And keep your knees nice and safe. And slowly, either low or high, just give that period of lower intensity. You can do some squatting contractions, so squat as much or as little as you like. Keep the knees comfortable and curl. So tanking the tailbone in, bringing the rib cage down, contracting in those abdominals. Keeping a good pace and keeping your back nice and safe. And then slowly. So you're taking any pressure off the knees by keeping them comfortably bent. And we're going to the side. So we can't help lifting the pelvis up a little as we go towards it. That's okay. And slowly. It's quite good to start with one or two slow ones just to get the action right. And the other side. And going faster. And slower, less intensity. Turning over the side with a bit of a gentle squat. And give it a good shake out. Wiggle it all out. Let any tension just dissolve into the floor. Coming down in the back, we're going to do crunches. So first of all, we lift the pelvis. So just tilt the pelvis, engage the lower abs. And the upper abs, we're going to crunch and reach up. And to do both, we want to make sure that we're working in the abs so we can go faster for the intensity. Keep your neck okay. If you need to put your hands behind your neck, you can do that. You might find it more comfortable to just have them straight. Make sure you're working evenly in the abs at a good pace. And then we're going to slow down, come up, slow down, come up. So we're moving the upper and the lower abs. Bringing the elbow up towards the knee, similar to what we did standing. Again, if you want to put the hand behind your head, if that's easier on your neck, you can do that. And we're working in the transverse abs and bringing the arm, the upper body down, and working at a good pace to get the heart rate going. And then we slow down, lift up and down, lift up and down and lift up. And going to the other side, bring the leg up and the arm up. Keeping the core working, even the core below the abs, beneath the abs. Get those transverse abs working. You should be feeling the muscles by now in a good way. And then slow down, come back up, down, come back up, down and up and down and up. Resting on the forearms, we're going to bring the knees up and down. So you can have the feet pointing down to the floor, or you can have them going parallel to the floor, working in the lower abs. And because we're doing a little bit of a crunch, we're also working in the upper abs. So go at a pace that works for you. And then we're going slowly. Laying flat on your back, and we're going to alternate one leg straight, one leg bent, like bicycles but without making the circles, and get that pace going. Focus on using the abs. We're keeping the top of the abs still, and we're working the underneath, like we're pushing the feet along a piece of paper or a piece of wood, going up and down, getting that pace going, and then slowing down. And hug the knees up towards the chest, bringing the legs straight up. We're going to do some circles one way and the other way, and we can come down a little, work a little more on the abs, as long as it's staying in your abs and not in your back. As soon as it goes into the back, go back up a little bit, because we want to be working in the abs. And then nice and slowly come back up, and circles one way and then the other way. And again on your forearms, or you can go flat, depends where you want the work. And we're doing crisscross with the legs, coming up, going down. The lower you go, the more to work your core and your abs. Make sure it's working the abs and not in the back. Bring it up higher, bring it down lower, and then slow down. Just release any tension out of the neck, and we're going again faster. So find a level that works for you, where you can get that training without straining. And then slow down, take the intensity out of it, and hug the knees up towards your chest, lengthening your back. We're going to do a clam movement, tuck the knees up, get that going, and then we're going to open out, using the abs and getting into the transverse. Get that intensity going. Knees in, out, in, out, and slowly, and out, and slowly, out, in, out. And on the other side, get the movement going first, and then we're going to open the legs out. So we're working those abs strongly, and keep the intensity, keep the back nice and supported, and slow down, and slowly, and again, and release. On all fours, doing a cat-cow to contract and lengthen. So we're going to lift the tailbone, lift the chest, lift the head, lengthening through the abs, and then curl around. So we're actually using the abs, chest round, head down. Lift the tailbone, lift the chest, lift the head, stretching through the abs. Curl the tailbone, curl around the chest, curl around the head, and stretch again. Lift the tailbone, lift the chest, lift the head, curl the tailbone, curl around, tuck the head in. And a standing version. First of all, we're just going to lift the tailbone, lift the chest. Lift the tailbone, lift the chest, lengthen through the abs, and come back to neutral. Lengthen. If you want to add the head in, you can. Lengthen. This is the cool down stretch, so we're not going for intensity, we're going for stretch. And if we want to stretch that on the transverse, you can also bring the head in only if it's comfortable. Knees are slightly bent. Stretch through the abs, and the other side. If it doesn't feel good to include the head, just leave the head up, lift the tailbone and the chest with a slight twist, or bring the head in if that works for you. And come back to neutral position, doing the straight abs. Always good to have a little wiggle, let any tension go. And you can reach up and have a good stretch. And then bring the arms down. That's just a few quick and easy exercises to get high intensity interval training for the tummy and get that sweat building up so you burn the fat. Thank you so much. Please subscribe, like, write in the comments below, and go across to my other channels. I have Instagram, Lynn Bridgeford. I have Facebook channels for the clinic, for the yoga, and interact with me on all the channels, and I would be happy to connect with you. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. Thank you so much.